It is only in darkness that we realize the importance of light. With light, man wondered at the golden gleam, an enigma that empowered life on earth. It happened with a source like water. Life thrived, and nature too remained at its best. In an era and time where meeting the power needs of a nation that is growing at a breathtaking rate is a stiff challenge, imagine the promise that this vast and renewable source of energy holds out. As conventional sources of power are being stretched to meet the burgeoning demands, there is one public sector company which is at the forefront of harnessing a vast but virtually untapped reservoir of power: the hydroelectric power. National Hydroelectric Power Corporation. Being successful does not matter. Handling success always matters. It is said that in darkness alone, you appreciate the power of light. And so, NHPC brings all darkness to light, as the company lights up the lives of millions of people across the country. This country is blessed with a hydropower potential of a whopping 84,000 megawatts at 60% load factor. However, only about 19.9% of this economically exploitable and viable hydro potential has been harnessed so far in the country. This being the scenario, the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation is today the pivot around which the hydropower generation revolves. The company came into being in 1975 with an objective to plan, promote, and organize an integrated and efficient development of hydropower. Today, NHPC is the largest hydroelectric generating company in India. In the intervening years until today, NHPC has gone from strength to strength and today has the capabilities to undertake all activities from concept to commissioning of hydroelectric projects. In a short span of just over 3 decades of existence, NHPC has picked up plaudits and laurels all around for the way it operated and managed the hydropower scenario in the country. A Schedule A company of the Government of India and with high investment base and an authorized share capital, NHPC is among the top 10 companies in the country in terms of investment. It is also an ISO 9001-2000 and ISO 14001-2004 certified company. The Government of India consistently rates the company's performance as excellent for achievement of targets under MOU signed with the Government of India on an annual basis. The company's profits have been consistently high, reflecting a great financial health throughout. The average capacity index is higher than the CERC stipulated index levels. So, what has made NHPC achieve such high benchmarks in its space? It is the corporate vision of the company that envisions NHPC as a world-class diversified and transitional organization for sustainable development of hydropower and water resources with strong environment conscience. Sustainable development with a strong environment conscience. This is the mantra that has been the cornerstone of the company's remarkable achievements in the field of hydropower generation. Ever since its inception in 1975, NHPC has made hydropower generation environmentally sustainable and socially responsive. Therein lies its unflinching commitment towards conservation of the environment. Appreciating the fact that all such power generation projects are bound to affect the environment in some way or the other, NHPC plans forward for every eventuality, making sure that the elements of ecology are regenerated or reinstated. And so, the company has catchment area treatment to counter soil erosion and landslides, where trees are likely to be felled for creating the space for the project. More than double the trees are planted and maintained to their full growth. Fish and aquatic flora and fauna are conserved and managed. Resettlement and rehabilitation packages are religiously followed for the project-affected families. All this and much more.
पार्वती प्रोजेक्ट आने से हम लोगों को बहुत सुविधा मिला और जैसे भी हमने इनसे कोई डिमांड रखा सब कुछ मिल पाया। स्कूल मिले, सड़कें मिले और पानी की स्कीमें भी हमें उपलब्ध हो रही है। इसलिए हम कहेंगे तो हम इस वक्त सबसे धनी है जो हमारा सदियों में ये डेवलपमेंट ना होता।
Every project that the NHPC undertakes has a rigorous environment clearance process that has EIA, Environmental Impact Assessment, and EMP, Environment Management Plan reports. Both EIA and EMP are an integral part of every project planning that assesses the environment impact and puts in place practices that will minimize any adverse impact. ISO 14001 certification for its environmental management systems demonstrates the international recognition for the company's commitment for sustainable development. NHPC complies with all existing national standards for rehabilitation and resettlement activities. The corporation's R&R program aims to improve the overall economic status of the people who might be displaced or otherwise affected adversely. Benefits such as sustainable income, healthcare, education, sanitation, and communication are provided to the affected people. Environment consciousness is one of the cornerstones that defines NHPC. The success of brand NHPC rides on a number of competitive strengths gained over the years. Established track record in implementing hydroelectric projects from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim in the northeast. NHPC has hydroelectric power projects mostly in this geography of the country. Apart from successfully managing the development and implementation of hydroelectric projects that are located in the seismically sensitive Himalayan terrain, NHPC has worked with various state governments in the country, foreign governments and international companies to complete projects. Strong financial position. The company is backed by an exceptional financial performance that has been one of the key drivers of its performance. Rating companies happily rate NHPC as top of the charts for financial performance. Strong operating performance. With excellent capacity index and power generation exceeding the targets, it is a standout performance as far as operating performance of NHPC is concerned. The strong performance finds its reason in the company's extensive monitoring, renovation and modernization of the power stations. A strong, competent and highly skilled workforce. NHPC owes its predominant status in the field of hydroelectric production to its people, the hands that drive the wheel of the organization. The senior leadership comes with an extensive knowledge and highly qualified domain expertise, with many staying with the organization for the length of their respective careers. NHPC takes pride in its people, and it is reflected in high investments that the organization makes in employee training and development. A key component of this successful workforce is the company's design and engineering team. This team is armed with engineering capabilities ranging from the concept stage to the commissioning of the project. Supported by international and domestic project consultants, the 1,300-strong team of in-house engineers, variably skilled in engineering disciplines like hydrology, electrical, civil and structural design, hydromechanical and geotechnical design, delivering engineering solutions to all the projects. With a vast pool of qualified professionals having expertise, experience, technical proficiency, technology and equipment for planning and executing both large and small-scale hydropower projects, NHPC is in a strong position to offer a wide range of consultancy services in the field of hydropower. It has been providing consultancy services to clients both in public and private sector in India and abroad. NHPC offers an entire gamut of services in various fields of hydropower like investigations, planning, design and engineering, geophysical and geotechnical studies, hydrological studies, contract management, management of construction, operation and maintenance, renovation, modernization and upgrading of hydropower stations, etc. NHPC is registered as a consultant with the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the African Development Bank and the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development. The corporation is also registered as a consulting agency with Central Water Commission and Consultancy Development Center.
Starting with a 200 crores authorized capital, this company is now almost 15,000 crore authorized capital. The vision of this company is to have almost 10,000 megawatt by the end of 11th plan, which is March 2012, as our Honorable Prime Minister has set a target for the power sector. So as to achieve that, we are hoping that in future, when more players will come, this company, which is rated as one of the top 10 companies in India under the public sector, this company is having the capability and also the clarity to achieve our targets. Our human resource as 13,000 people almost working for this company day and night. With that support and the morals which are quite high, we are hoping to meet all the expectations of the government in achieving the targets set within the company as well as by the government.
NHPC is on its way to achieving its corporate vision. In order to realize its vision in its entirety, the organization has now laid the roadmap for the future through its 11th plan. As a part of its strategy to achieve this, the organization plans to undertake a few steps. Expand the current installed capacity. NHPC plans to increase its total installed capacity through its additional projects in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Sikkim and West Bengal. Some other projects are in the pipeline which are being currently planned that will increase the installed capacity further, enter into joint ventures and increasing international projects. NHPC is venturing into new markets that have a significant potential demand for capacity expansion through hydroelectric generation. Despite the fact that so far international projects have been undertaken on the request of the Government of India, NHPC now plans to solicit international clients on its own independent capacity. Invest in technology. Not sitting on its present achievements in project operating performance, NHPC now plans to invest further in technology to modernize its operations that would eventually drive better project operating performance. With introduction of new technologies and initiatives as the Enterprise Resource Planning, which will ensure seamless integration of key functions as project management, financial management, human resources management, procurement, inventory management, etc. NHPC will develop itself as a fast-moving and robust modern organization. And finally, NHPC plans to keep close to its heart its most cherished objective of sustainable development in tune with ecological conservation. Prime among the initiatives envisaged for the future are higher standards of corporate social responsibility and extending support to advance the economic, cultural and social interests of the communities in the areas where the company operates. For a young company like NHPC, it has already been a long, successful trek to the top in its own business space. However, like its past performance has shown, NHPC is now poised for a big leap. The leap is very likely to take the company to the next big level, where it can harness the country's hydropower in its entirety to provide power to millions and to alleviate the burgeoning power needs of a country sitting on the threshold of a new dawn.